The idea behind the 200C is it's kind of to signify a rebirth of Chrysler. The design is very emotional, very futuristic, organic shapes, beautifully sculpted. It looks exceptionally premium, but still accessible. And it just looks like a sculpture on wheels. The timing of this car, I think, is perfect, because there's a lot of people wondering what we're going to do next. You know, as we sit here in a tumultuous time, a very challenging time in our industry, there's a lot of introspection with us, but you got to keep in mind we've kind of anticipated this. What's happening to us today in the economy and as a company is something we forecasted, but it's much more dramatic than we ever thought. And this car behind me, the 200C, came from that thinking. Again, the name 200 implies one size smaller. How can we do a premium car that's a little bit smaller than the one we did before, something elegant, something that has extreme efficiency but extreme delight at the same time, and something that will draw customers back to the brand. You know, customers that maybe had bought a Chrysler in the 80s or early 90s but haven't really looked at us since. A car like this will make you turn your head around.
These are the kind of projects that designers dream about, a car that you can really fall in love with. I had thought, well, wouldn't it be great to try something a little bit sleeker, not a pure sports car, but something that infuses some of that sports car surface language and feeling, and just a little more slippery kind of vehicle. And so I just started sketching on it. As I went on, things got more and more refined, and ultimately you end up seeing what's behind me here.
Chrysler brand is evolving, and the 200C is a symbol of that. You know, in terms of going premium but still accessible. I mean, something we've prided ourselves on for years is the value statement. You know, having the impression of having a very, very expensive car, but yet at everyday prices. And the same continues here. It's very accessible in terms of how we imagine contenting this vehicle, but it looks exceptionally premium.
One of the lines coming off of the A-pillar, going down the hood, runs down over the hood, adjacent to the grille, and then actually runs into the lower fascia element, so your eye sort of just carries it through. And I think that when you design that way, it's very easy to look at, and it's very engaging. You have a hard time taking your eyes off of it, because your eyes kind of going around the car in a three-dimensional way. And I just think that is, you know, we're building these 3D objects. I think if you can keep the eyes on it and people just enjoy it, I think then you've succeeded.
In terms of the design, is very emotional, very futuristic, organic shapes, beautifully sculpted, and that same impression is on the interior as well. So you hit the emotional heartstrings, and you hit the pragmatic heartstrings in terms of the propulsion system, you know, which is a range-extended electric vehicle. So it's even better. It's the next step from a hybrid. So it's full electric. You go first 40 miles without ever, using any fuel. So now you have this pragmatic side of you. And then the last one is the human element, this will to be connected to the world, with the new connectivity theme of the IP, where you can actually, it's almost like iPhone meets instrument panel. Very enthused about the car. I mean, everyone in the office is buzzing about this car because they think it really is a beacon for where we want to head as a company and where we want to go as a design office.